Hey, welcome back on part 2 on the Serpentine belt. So below this alternator, you're going to have to get some small hands. And you're going to have to get under here. And this thing gets caught on my jacket, see? I'm like, Anyway, and you're going to get your hand down under there, and there's a 13mm bolt. That is what is going to change the tensioning on that pulley right there I'm pointing at. But you have to have that center nut a little bit loose in order for it to move in and out. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I see ya. So here is a stubby wrench, 13mm. Right now I have it to turn clockwise to tighten it or put tension on the belt. Okay? And then once you kind of get it in there in that place, you'll know. And the way I got this belt off real fast is you take that nut off on the tensioner down there in the center nut, and it'll just make it real easy for the belt to come off. Then you'll have to look at your tensioner and get your hand down under here and get that on there, and then you can tighten it up clockwise. And it will go that way. If you flip it the other way, then it will go that way. Okay, so I kind of skipped ahead and didn't record the silly plastic removal, but it's going to have to take some torque. These are torques. You're going to need a torque, and that's a T20. It's T20 to do that. Okay? And then you'll need a Phillips. This is my cheap screwdriver I just grabbed, or straight blade screwdriver I grabbed. And then your other size to help get you that pulley off with a 13mm. So this has been a good brand, good wrench. And Blue Point is a break off from Snap-on. It's been good. I've had it for over 10 years. It works. And then your lug nut is going to be 21. It's got a little rusty, but I had to modify the thickness of that to get into certain lug nuts. So I know I got the plastic back on. You'll see it in there. There's the belt pulley. And you'll be able to get this on. It's really easy. And then once you reinstall it, I still got to put these all back in. That's why everything is still kind of loosey. But this whole entire wheel well plastic's going to come off. Really, it's not technical. It's just time consuming. So I still got to put the rest of these in. So this just kind of help you see what you're up against. Just taking this plastic off. Again, it's not really hard. It's just time consuming and tedious. And this just sits like that. I looked at it from the other side. It just sits like that. This just screws on right to here. These two. And then we just got to put the rest of the plastic buttons back in. And you just have these popped out halfway. You got to be real careful because you don't want to break them. And you kind of work it like that. Like that, see? You push this outer and then push the middle and you're done. Just confirm it. So one other note that I did when I was putting that belt back on is you want to check for that tensioning like I was telling you. Here's the old one. See, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't feel bad, but it's just best to replace it. The others was the water pump, the alternator, the AC, and the crankshaft pulley. So that's why you need to do it. So now you can see a little bit better. See all those cracks? Oh yeah, see? They say something like this much if you have more than so many cracks. I can't remember if it's 4 cracks or more in this certain amount of length. I have a credit card. It's in my wallet. It's something like this. And you have so many cracks that means 90% of the belt is gone. It doesn't look like it's gone. What they're saying is this is gonna break. It's you don't want to be going up to Idaho or Wyoming or something and this busts on you. And because what it is you look in here a little more. See that? Yeah, see. So now you're based on right there. This rest that's keeping this belt together is that cord and that sewing rubber. So yeah, it still works, but this is a serpentine belt, so it's going around the alternator, bending around that tensioner, bending again around the AC, going straight across around the pulley, back up around the water pump, and then back up to the ACE alternator. So they call them a serpentine belt instead of a regular belt or a what they call a regular dry belt or a V belt, but that's not a V belt. So you can have 2 or 3 separate dry belts. I prefer a serpentine belt, one belt, run everything. But some cars, they have the belt, this groove on this side as well, because something on there, a component, has to be driven from off the side of the belt, but this one isn't. So just to kind of let you know something about belts. Anyway, get your lug nuts torqued backed up. I could not get a torque wrench to fit in here, so that's why it's nice to have a nice flat as possible ratchet to get in here, and just get good and tight. And then don't forget, when you have to have that a little bit loosened, and then you can move your tensioner, and then once you get it set, then you tighten this up and then confirm it. And what I was trying to tell you is once you get that tightened up, go ahead and start the car a little bit and turn it off really quick, and then check it, and then see where, if you want to tighten it just a little bit more, and then go ahead and start the car really quick just for a few seconds, turn it off, because it kind of runs that belt through it, and just to see where we're at and see if it feels tight, but not over tight. And then just make sure you tighten up that one bolt on the tensioner, that nut, which is right here. Retighten that back up. And yes, it did have that flat washer, and I think that helped keep crap out. I don't know, this one didn't, the new one didn't come with it, but the old one had a flat washer over it, so I decided to put that back over it to probably help keep water coming in and stuff. So anyway, and then the other part number for that is right here, 89558, and I got Dayco. So I got this off online. It was a lot cheaper than going to your local parts store. Okay, well, I hope this helps you out, and those that have this vehicle, they can do this job. This took me at least an hour and a half. Thank you, and subscribe and thumbs up.